think that we're seeing that, especially as we get more agile and especially as we work in more cross-functional teams, influence in some roles is critically important, and that individual can be a high potential, and they can be in that role for the next 20 years, and that role may not be a senior leadership role. The two words in my mind right now are impact and influence. The individuals that you know that that if you provide them a little bit of development and you kind of play out their career, they're going to have impact and influence over the strategic success of the organization. And whether that means they're in their current role or they're going to move up 1 level, 2 level, whatever that case may be, to me that's a high potential. And they're worth the investment of the program.
Probably no surprise, we take a more engineering-based approach. We have 9 criteria that we've built actually with MDA's help, but realistically it takes a look at things like successful intelligence, takes a look at things like resilience, takes a look at versatility, and some elements like that. So when folks are nominated to be a high potential, their manager and their senior leadership team member have to really evaluate them on those 9 criteria to ensure that they do belong in that space. Our leadership competency framework is much more about the how things get done, where the high potential sort of evaluation is more about some of those inherent characteristics that the individual has.
We asked our top 35 managers to send in their names. We aggregated all the data we had on them internally from our internal systems, and then within that steering group, really, the top 8 senior level individuals in the organization, in a roundtable format, we started to kind of cull that list. And we looked at it from a succession planning standpoint, we looked at it from a development standpoint. Different individuals show up differently for different people throughout the organization, to your point. The great thing about our senior leadership group is that they understand that, and so there wasn't always agreement on the individuals that we asked to apply to the program, but I think that we, using both quantitative and qualitative conversations and data, we got through that bias.
I'd say for us, it's been an evolution for sure, and again, we started thinking that we were developing the next operating group leaders, and what we really evolved our thinking to is pushing the organization to think about placing folks in ALD that had the capability of being on the leadership team during their career. And so that opened the aperture up a bit, and really it allowed for more diversity of level. And now it's much more about what are the kinds of things that we're seeing that would tell us that this individual has a propensity to achieve that level. I think the other thing that we learned is that we have this incredible bias towards new people. They're the next, savior. They're the ones who, they have this big halo as they enter the organization for the first couple of years. And what we found is that they need some time for us to really get to know them and them to really get to know us. And so we try to give them ample time to really see how it plays out in the organization.
Need help defining and selecting your high potential leaders? Let's begin a conversation.